Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Shop Talk. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here, it's the Koji princess herself, Melball. How you doing, Melball and Koji?
I am doing great, Andre. You're getting post-workout Melball today. She had a late day. It is what it is. I'm exhausted now. My legs feel like they're going to fall off. How are you doing?
I'm pretty darn good. Tired. I've been up since 4:30 a.m., not for any main reason, just because I couldn't sleep. So I got up and watched wrestling.
Hey, I mean, yay.
Yeah, watch some of the wrestling we're going to be talking about on at Put Wrestler Review. So, yeah.
Perfect. Hey, even better.
But we are here to talk about Barbenheimer. No, not that. Not what everybody loves right now. No, we're here to talk about LPW. Yeah, I know I confused you on that one.
You sure did. I just right over my head.
The Barbie and Oppenheimer name that everybody's been calling it, because the combo when you go see Barbie and then Oppenheimer, Barbenheimer.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, Mel's not savvy on the internet these days, eh?
I mean, I am. I just maybe meaningful things. I don't know.
Wow, I thought that would be funnier, but no, it was not. So let's move on.
Right over my head.
Wow, this bad.
The pre-workout wore off. I'm sorry.
So yeah, we are here to talk some LPW violence, ladies and gentlemen. Play on the thickness name. But first, before we get into that, I want to thank all of you for all the great support you have given us, all the subscribes, the likes to the videos, the comments down below, because we love to hear from you. So please keep throwing those comments in. We want to talk to you and talk to you about professional wrestling. Hey, don't forget the notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a Chop Talk, NJPW Pro Wrestling Review, a Stardom Review, or other things that we do sometimes, you know.
Ding dong.
Hello. But we're gonna get to the main event right now. The main event of our show, at least. It's also our opening match. It's violence. It's LPW 17. We are here to talk about it. It's headlined by Zoe Sager versus Gigi Rey in a 3 stages of hell match. And I realize I have to open my phone because that's where my notes are.
Yes, as I was screaming in your ear all night.
Yeah, distracting me from writing my notes all night.
I was screaming the notes.
Yeah, but you were also distracting me from writing what I was writing.
I mean, I don't exactly not advertise that I'm a professional distraction.
I know you are. You post about it all the time on Instagram.
Yeah.
But we started off with the first match of the night. It's the LPW Challenge Championship. Son of Irish defending his title against returning to Canada for the first time in like 6 years, I want to say, since he was here last, something like that. It's Amir Jordan, ladies and gentlemen, NXT UK superstar Amir Jordan. Friend of mine. I got to know him pretty good back when he was wrestling here in Alberta before. And when I went up to talk to him at the show, he remembered who I was. Legitimately, if me and Mike were still doing the podcast. So shout out to Mike Maloney. Amir remembers you, brother.
No, so sweet.
Yeah. And I told him we have moved on to YouTube. So
indeed we have.
I thought really great opening match. Irish is the king of the opening match. He's been opening for months now, and it's a perfect spot for him. He shows up, gets the crowd super hyped for the whole night. Really crazy match. Amir hits this like a sick suicide dive, and then comes back in and hits like a slingshot neck breaker, like where he comes flying through the rope into a roll and then up into a slingshot neck breaker. Dude, it was great. Like this whole night was these two just killing it. Irish twist from Son of Irish gets a 2 count. Amir counters the IRA into the electric chair flip power bomb. I don't know what to call it, but it looked great. He was in the front and he flips them forward and sits him down, slams him down with a slam, electric chair front flip slam. I don't know what to call it, but it's a move.
Fancy.
It looked really good. Son of Irish went over the top rope to Amir on the floor, just that kid. His leaping ability is insane, and just went crashing. And he landed on his feet.
Yeah.
Like this kid's got athleticism, man, for days. Another IRA counter where Amir hits him with a draw kick when he go in for the IRA out of the corner. Looked really good. Short arm forearms he had that Okada wrist control. Just throw in those forearms. But Son of Irish just cracks him hard and gets this really rough looking German.
That was loud.
And that German looked like I was like, oh. Yeah. In the end, Irish hits the springboard IRA or the springboard cutter for the win. Absolutely phenomenal opening match.
I agree. I always enjoy seeing Son of Irish. He does, as you said, bring that energy. And as you said, the opening match is definitely the place for him. He definitely sets the crowd up for the rest of the show. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know who Amir Jordan was. I think I started coming just after he had to local events right after he had left, and I didn't watch NXT UK. So this was kind of like my first time kind of seeing him and being exposed to his stuff. I really liked it. Really, really solid work. Really, really entertaining. His facial expressions, very, very fun. Very, very appropriate. And I think that was something that Son of Irish could play off really well also. The two of them had a great match.
I thought these two, so good. And the expressiveness of Amir Jordan was absolutely tremendous. Yeah, just absolutely tremendous. His facials, again, and that's learning from a cut. His facial expressions. I gotta get better words, man. Too much. I guess I watch too much of one kind of video. Yeah. All the facial expressions this man has, and again, it's from working with a high end, because they're telling you where you learn to emote, you learn to play to cameras, you learn to play to certain angles, you learn to use the facial expressions to really accentuate things, and I thought he was absolutely tremendous in here.
I agree.
Yeah, so we move on to the second match of the evening, which was in essentially 4 matches. It is a gauntlet match for a number 1 contendership for the Grand Championship. It starts out with I'm in the wrong thing. It starts out L-Ass at Mr. El Asesino taking on Jared Rogers, everybody's favorite Jared Rogers. Beautiful sunset flip out of the corner by Jared Rogers for 2, but then Ass comes, and then Ass gets the DDT for 2. Really nice, really good camel clutch. Ass was. I gotta stop saying that. It's really mean.
Yeah.
Asesino really controlling. It's how I wrote my notes. I abbreviate names, man. And Ass was the easiest way to go. Asesino really controlling the match throughout. He was very dominant here with Jared Rogers. I found. Crowd chanting "LU suck," which was great. And
that was great.
And Asesino misses the senton off the second rope. They were literally, the crowd distracted him enough that he was playing to them, and then Jared had enough time to roll away. Tornado DDT by Jared. He gets the set, and then gets 2. Hits that blockbuster, but Asesino kicks out at 2.9. We all thought it was over. People were yelling, that was 3. Asesino, Jared goes to the top, and Asesino knocks the ref into the rope, knocking Jared down. And he goes up, hits the frog splash, and gets to win. He had a pretty damn impressive frog splash.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he had some height on that.
And he kept yelling at the crowd in English. So me and Andrea started yelling, "Yell in Spanish! We can't understand you."
No hablas inglés.
I love being there with Andreas. We can make fun of people together.
You guys were pretty hard on Asesino. I really enjoy him. I've enjoyed his work before. I've seen him obviously on PPW and stuff. Gosh, he wasn't ass though. He wasn't ass. Definitely playing the heel in this one.
Why do you think I kept saying ass?
Yes.
He was kind of an ass in this match. So Michael, our friend Kat's favorite wrestler, Michael Allen Richard Clark. I don't know his pose. I know he does this and this, but that's about it. I don't pose. I'm not in shape. So Asesino attacks Michael Allen Richard Clark before the bell, and then they brawl, and then Michael, I kind of missed it, but he knocked him out. Like, yeah. It was like a knockout finish. I kind of didn't see what happened, but we're right up on the ring too, and I kind of missed what happened.
No, I don't really know what happened either. Right. I'm so short that like where I sit, I can't see part of the ring because of the bar of the thing.
Okay. We should have put you in Malcolm's seat then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and then there's also like, again, because I'm so short, the high traffic corner that most of the shit is happening in. I can't see. I have to really sit up and lean across the table.
So next time we ask for a booster seat.
Fuck you. You dick. So no, I didn't see what happened either. You ass.
Yeah, he kind of just slammed him, and then I think he was going for the pin, but the ref just called for the bell, and it was over. And I was like, "What the hell just happened?" I was really confused. So in comes the returning Travis Williams, first time here in 6 months, sporting a brand new look, shaved head. The gold is gone. It's all like it's black gear. He's now no longer the golden boy. He's the professional. I thought it was like great update for the guy. Really good little match from these two. Travis getting an inside cradle, stopping the push-ups for 2. Like just like he's going for the push-ups and he pulls the inside cradle. I really like that. Mark does get. I always say Mark because I just abbreviate his name. I always say Mark because I just abbreviate the guy's name. Michael Allen Clark gets the push-ups at one point, and then I love there's a move he does where he goes to the corner. It's kind of, if you think about Mariah May, she does her 1 jump and then 2 and then into the drop kick. He does that 1-2 into like a cross body. I love it. The double jump cross body. I really like that. My notes are all just crumbled together on my phone, so. Williams takes the corner drop kick and a brainbuster for 2. The Claudio plex by Michael Allen Richard Clark, but he misses the lion salt, and Williams gets that handspring lariat that he was doing, where he would go in like Jay Lethal in the handspring, and then come back, spin, and just crack. Oh, it was so good. Yeah. Gets the handspring lariat, hits the hammerlock DDT, and gets the win. Really great match from these two. Like, and again, Travis Williams impressing me. This kid is fire. Like, really becoming his own person. Like, I very much, again, I see the influences from Artemis Spencer in him, but his look was very Michael Richard Blais before. Like, so the fact that he's changed it up a good bit here and shaving that head, I still see the Artemis Spencer influence because again, his trainer. I'm pretty sure his trainer, because the style influence there is crazy there. But yeah, it really, really great match. So out comes the final man in this match, and what made me very confused is the thickness, Reid Matthews. So I'll just be honest, he didn't win. So what would have happened if Thickness had won and Zoe's the champ?
Chaos, glorious chaos.
We just get a main event of him laying down for Zoe Sager. That's the sad part. Yeah. So, she's paying him.
I mean, yeah, he might be the bodyguard, but like, title's a title. More money, more money.
More money, more problems.
I mean, it's a pint-sized problem, though. So realistically, I think he can take care of it.
Yeah. So Thickness comes out from behind, hits the Blue Thunder bomb right at the start, and it hits the Blue Thunder bomb. Then the ref calls for the start, and then he counts too. It was interesting. Like Thickness is whipping Travis into the corners, just just smashing him up. Thick goes for the cocky pin, but only gets one. Falcon Arrow face buster where he just lifts him up and then just drops the guy onto his face by Thickness, and then that sick running knee that he does, like
yeah,
looked really good. Travis sends Thickness to the apron and hits that. I always call it the Jimmy drop kick. I always think of Christian Cage's Jimmy jump where he'd go hop off the one rope and then go over the top to the floor. He did the same kind of thing where he bounces off the one rope and then drop kicks. Jericho does it. Triangle drop kick. There you go. Jericho's triangle. That's better. Not Jimmy jump. I always think of Christian's as it's called Jimmy jump. Yeah, I'm going crazy. I'm very tired. Also, life is busy. Let's just say that. Not yet. Travis hits a German out of the corner and gets the bridge and gets the 2 count. Travis ends up flipping off Thick as Thick's like beating him down. He just like goes up at him it just pisses Thickness off more. Thickness gets the Death Valley driver. But he hits my notes suck. I'm just gonna jump to the end. Thick misses the as I'm calling it, the corner ball.
Oh.
I know. And Travis tries for the DDT, but it's tossed. But Travis ends up getting the handspring into the lariat twice. Hammerlock DDT. Travis Williams is your new #1 contender for the LPW Grand Championship.
And what a match that'll be. I think this is my 3rd time seeing Travis Williams. I think I saw him once before on a old LPW show, and then I saw him also once at, I think, Top Talent.
Possibly.
Didn't we see him fight Heavy Metal at Top Talent?
I think
or
so.
Harlan Dabbert, whatever the identity crisis that is. Anyway, I really enjoy Travis Williams' work. Very, very crisp, very, very good, very, 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 very experienced. He wrestles like a very experienced wrestler. He's pretty young though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's only in his early 20s. Like he's still fairly young.
Wrestles like he's been doing this for years. I love Thickness. I was admittedly rooting for Thickness in this because once you pointed out that obviousness of like, you know, if Zoe retains and, you know, it's the #1 contender, Thickness, I personally think that would have been great. Great story to tell. But, you know, maybe it'll come at a later date.
Yeah, you never know. So we move on to the 3rd match of the evening, and it is for the Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance. I can't remember the name. Hold on. I've got it right here. Oh, I don't have it here. I had it, but I don't have it anymore. What the heck? I don't have this. I hate myself. I'm bad at my job.
Oh. It's okay, Andre. We got the abbreviation, and that's what matters.
Yeah, it's the Gulf Coast Wrestling, I think, Alliance Women's Championship. It's Jazmin Allure making her Canadian debut, taking on returning Taylor Rising. And I actually missed Taylor Rising last time she was here. Life got in the way. Couldn't make the show. So really excited to watch both these women wrestle. And I think they did a really good job. Jazmin like flips off Taylor wanting the handshake. Like really, it's like I'm the and just like you know she's the bad guy right here. Crisp arm drags by Taylor Rising. Foot choke in the corner by Jazmin, just really working it in. Just really looked good. Snapmare into the PK into the back by Jazmin, and then she gets like the knee into the back and like double fish hooks. Nose.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
So mean.
Yeah, it was very mean. Taylor up to the top, but Jazmin comes up, but Taylor ends up slipping down and gets her on her shoulders and hits the electric chair drop. German by Taylor Rising, but Jazmin fights out, but Taylor ends up fighting back and gets her German suplex for 2. Crucifix by Jazmin for 2. As I said it on the last show, it's Yoda Fuji. The T trigger by Taylor Rising, and a really nice spine buster, but she only gets a count out of it. Meteor in the ropes and the flatliner by Jazmin Allure for 2. And the end was, I think it was a tequila shot by Jazmin, a very tequila shot. And Jazmin Allure retains her championship.
Yeah, it was a weird looking tequila shot, but I think it was a tequila shot. When she was setting up for it, I think she tried to set up for it once earlier in the match, and we both kind of like, we admittedly marked out a little bit. We were just like, she tried to set up for it. It was fun. I really enjoyed this match. Jazmin Allure's gear was I loved it. The glitter tights with the strappy straps. It was very Stardom-esque. Of like, it really reminded me of Stardom stuff. And her wrestling was just as crisp and just as stiff. I loved it. Taylor Rising, though, she's so adorable. Really enjoyed her wrestling. Really enjoyed how she wrestled. Again, two very experienced women. I really had a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. Like LPW and Top Talent do a really good job at bringing in great new talent for us to see. And both these women were an absolute treat to watch. I love this. I love seeing new professional wrestlers, and especially in the women's division, because we don't. The biggest thing with Alberta, we haven't had the biggest women's division in the world. So getting more women wrestlers into the province, I'm down with.
100%. I agree with you there, sir.
Yeah. So we move on to what was chaos. Glorious
chaos.
That's what I would say. I don't know how I'm gonna do this because I got a page and a half of notes here. Scramble Championship. I'm just gonna start reading off spots. This is not gonna make any goddamn sense because it was just I was writing down all the big spots. Blais dives onto Pride on the floor. Then Marz dives onto both of them. Then TY dives onto all 3 of them. Okay, and then Larry gets the beautiful double up kick. Then TY hits a super kick to Marz. Then Rich hits an inverted DDT to Marz. Just again. Glorious chaos. Final beat DDT by Rich King to Pride for 2. Then Larry hits the Eddie Guerrero flip senton thing, and TY hits the swanton and gets a 2 count. It seemed like the teammates, other than Pride, were not breaking up their teammates' pins. They were like, "That's cool. Just get the title onto one of us." Like it seemed like it's at least for the Rat. You could see. A couple times, Pride was unhappy about his boys going for pins in the match. That's a whole. I guess they're not really your boys if you don't support them winning the match.
I mean, isn't he the obvious leader of the group, though? Leader should be the one with the title.
And I understand it's his title, but like, would you rather them win it or would you rather lose it? That's the real question I have to ask here. Would you rather one of them keep it and then you at least keep it within your team?
I mean, he's Pride, right? The name itself and the idea of the clan.
The clan, they're definitely the clan.
Yeah. Continue.
Marz hits a snap power slam to Blais for 2. Crowe Rana's Marz off the shoulders of Blais, who has Marz on his shoulders, sitting up on the top rope. So like Blais is sitting up on the top rope. Marz is on top of him, and Crowe Rana's him off of Blais. It was insanity. And then Blais dives to a group of people on the floor. Just crazy. Crowe knees TY into Blais had TY up on his shoulders, and Crowe comes off the rope and knees TY in the head, and Blais goes into that spin out power bomb. A great tag team move there. Just so much stuff. Running cross, that running crossbody in the corner by Pride. You even told me to make sure to mention.
Yeah, that's that simple but effective kind of stuff that I like. Very much reminds me of like Ruaka, Oedo Tai kind of thing. I feel like there's like an obvious like follow up that should happen. You got the guy named Cannon, the Cannonball, and then follow it up with the crossbody. Be an effective double kick.
Yeah. So this is a spot where Marz and Pride are gonna toss TJ out of the ring, and I'm just like I'm screaming and booing at TJ, and Marz just turns and goes, "We're doing this for you, Andre. This is for you, Andre." And they go and they toss him, but he just like barely rolls over the top rope, and I'm like, "Oh, thank you for doing that for me, because I can laugh at this asshole a little bit more."
Oh, I love it. Was that when I stepped out?
I think you had stepped out of the time.
God dang it.
When you came back, I told, and then no, you had just stepped out, because then just after TJ comes back around, and I'm yelling at him, calling him a piece of shit, and then he's a bum, and then he goes up to the top, and it's just butterfly neck breaker and running kick to the head of TJ by Crowe and TY looked really good. Pride power bombs Crowe, who's backdropping Marz off the top, and Marz is suplexing TY off in like his ultra tower of doom. It was crazy. Larry's bald spot chant breaks out, and Larry's like, going, "Larry's bald spot," and he's like, "Larry's bald spot." It was
telling
great.
you that thing is more over than him.
I love it. Blais hits a knee, like he gets Larry on the ropes and hits the knee off the top and hits him right in the bald spot.
Yeah. It's the source of his power, I'm telling you.
So good. Panorama Sunrise by TJB to MRB and the DDT. This is where TJ goes up to the top and I yell, "You're gonna miss," and he tells me to shut up, and then Rich King comes out of nowhere and angle slams him off the top, and I'm like, yeah. He didn't technically miss, but he didn't hit it. That's the main thing. Blais gets a tiger driver. I didn't write the who, but he did. Blais calls for Twisted Bagel, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Because that's his old finisher from when he was like little Chucky Blais.
Oh dear.
Back in the day. But he ends up getting backdropped into the ropes, and Larry goes for the Sawmaker, as I'm calling it. But Pride ends up and Blais is all stunned right now, and like Pride goes for the roll up on Larry. So Blais falls out of the ring, falls through the ropes, and Pride pulls the tights, and he fucking steals the goddamn match.
Fucking Larry.
Fucking Pride, that piece of shit.
Yeah, fucking Pride, fucking Larry, fucking fuck. Fucking fuck.
This match was just pure glorious crazy, and when this releases on LPW's YouTube and everything, you need to watch it. It was so good. It was absolutely phenomenal.
And you were especially excited at the beginning when you realized we were getting individual entrances. We got everybody's music. I got pretty stoked though too, because I love TY's music, so I got to hear TY's music.
Highlight of it all, and don't get me wrong, Blais is a big highlight for me, but Rich King coming out to Kiss by the Rose.
Yes.
Oh, still my beating heart. That was awesome.
Perfection. Loved it.
Good. Oh man, and the crowd was singing it, and then the music stops, and we kept singing it.
We did, yeah.
We Judas that shit, man. It was great. It was great.
Rich King is the LPW Chris Jericho.
That needs to be the new theme song for the Rads. It just has to be, so we can all sing that song every goddamn show.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Oh, it would. So we end up going to intermission after the glorious chaos and Pride retaining his stupid belt. The belt's not stupid, but Pride is stupid. But all I know is that TJ Cannon still sucks.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Screw you, TJ. But this was one of my favorite spots in this match. I forgot I put it in. So the three of them get in the ring, they all grab each other, the three of them together, and they all lean back together, and it was just this weird little spot in the middle of the match, and I laughed so goddamn hard when they all laying they holding each other to keep each other's leverage, but they're all laying him back, leaning.
Yeah, I've seen this on TikTok. Yeah.
But the fact that they did it in the middle of the match was absolutely tremendous. And then they touched
tips too, yeah.
And then while they were down, they all reached in and touched tips together. It was great. I loved it. We move on to the semi-main event of the evening. It's Berat Gorani versus Shaun Moore. Moore getting the 10 strikes in the corner, and he literally strikes the bandana off of Berat's head. That was great. Moore hits that upside down stalling elbow where he goes up into the corner upside down, comes down, driving the elbow in. Look, wow.
Yes,
Absolutely love it. The assisted rope walk by Berat Gorani into the blockbuster for 2. And then he hits a drive-by drop kick on the outside. Very, very Roman Reigns of him. Shaun gets Berat's hand and is fucking with the fingers. And he literally, no. Berat Gorani gets his hand taken, and Moore rakes himself in the eyes with Berat's hand. It was very weird that a guy would like intentionally hurt himself with somebody else's hand. I don't get it. I really don't.
Sir, you are ridiculoso.
Oh no. Berat Gorani breaks the eyes, but I was literally justifying it. He's like, no, it was Shaun Moore was doing it to himself.
Sure. Keep telling yourself that, sir.
2 Germans in a row by Moore. Then he does the kip up. This guy is absolutely just like, he's a beast, right? Like there's no real other word to call him, but other than a beast, like that chop in the corner that he does, like where he's literally like galloping across the ring.
Oh yeah, that thing is scary.
Yeah, you literally scared you.
Yeah, he looked like a freaking werewolf freaking trotting across the ring there. It startled me.
Yeah, absolutely great. The tiebreaker is hit by Berat Gorani, but he does not get the win there with that one. And he misses the enziguri, but he hits that Micah off the shoulders sidewalk slam where he has, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. I know that.
Yeah, I do.
He only gets a 2. Moore stops the buckle bomb, hits the release German suplex, hits the angle slam, applies the ankle lock, and Berat Gorani taps out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, he did. He tapped real quick on that one, too.
He did. He was smart. He's smart. You know he's going to have to face him again if he loses here. So protect the ankle, man. You don't want to be hobbling around and having to rehab an ankle.
Well, yeah, no unnecessary damage. It makes sense. Shaun Moore, always one of my favorites to watch. I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't understand why he's still here. He needs to be bigger elsewhere.
Yeah.
Interesting that he's again with the title belt. I don't think he cares with who. He just wants a championship. Whether it's a singles, whether it's a doubles, what have you. And I think he's going to get it.
Well, the poster for next month, I don't know if it's setting up a match or not, but it's literally Berat and Sheik's head, and then down below it's Shaun and Michael Allen, Richard Clark's head. So is he going to have a new tag team partner next month going after the tag titles? We don't know. We'll find out when LPW announces his match, baby. I'm hoping, please let it happen, but I'm not going to be there. So hold it off till September because we're going to Prozac. There will be no Chop Talk for either of the shows in August because I am at a wedding on the Top Talent show date, and there's a possibility we might do a Chop Talk, but we'll be watching some video of the show instead of.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah.
We'll talk about that in another time, but yeah, there won't be one next month, so please hold that tag team match off till September, please.
I mean, yeah, interesting that could be the case because like we got Berat and Sheik who are obviously the champions. They're established tag team. I know Clark and Moore have like tagged together, haven't they, in other places? But would they be like taggy enough to be able to contend with the tag team champions?
You'd never know. You really never know.
I mean, stranger things have happened. Look at Stardom.
True. We move on to the main event. Again, chaos, glorious chaos.
Glorious chaos.
We get 3 stages of hell. Starts with a singles match, then to a submission match, then to a ladder match. Gigi Rey versus Zoe Sager. I was very much looking forward to this going in because I wanted to see Zoe just get her ass beat.
Jesus.
They're brawling early on and pins, and Zoe ends up with a bloody nose pretty gosh darn early in this match. Like, she got hit in the face or something, and she's like just leaking blood out of her nose. I think it gave an aesthetic to her in this match, though. It just made her look so much more crazy. Because if you saw, I did a picture on LPW's Facebook page of her after holding the title, and there's still a bit of blood in the nose. It looks like she's absolutely an absolute mad woman. It is awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what you want in a champion, yeah.
Wheelbarrow sitting face buster by Gigi. She hits a Michinoku driver for 2. Moonsault by TG, but this is where thickness comes in and power bombs Gigi, getting Zoe DQ'd on the first match. So I'm like, okay. Yeah. So Zoe gets gets a chair in there, Thickness puts a chair on G's arm, but the ref tosses Thickness out. But but Zoe stomps the chair, so Gigi's now nursing a broken arm throughout this match. And Zoe's working the Fujiwara arm bar. Gigi gets a standing money clip. Shout out to Okada, to the woman that's going to Japan soon. Zoe slips out, wrenches the arm, spinning back fist, and the butterfly suplex by Gigi for 2. Zoe gets the rings of Saturn, but Gigi gets a rope break. Suplex by Zoe into the cross arm bar, but Gigi ends up lifting her and like slamming her down in a really awkward slam. It looked, yeah. And then she lifts her up to do it again, but Zoe ends up grabbing the ropes, and then Rana's Gigi, and it looked like, I was like, ooh, that didn't look pretty. So pendulum into the, I'm just gonna go. So Gigi gets another money clip. Zoe sends Gigi into the exposed buckle, and then she applies the rings of Saturn, and Gigi taps out. But Zoe just keeps the hold on, and the ref can't do shit because what the fuck is it do? You can't disqualify her anymore. She just won the match. You can't disqualify her out of a ladder match because you can't get disqualified. So we move on to the ladder match, and Gigi gets this sick power bomb, and then slams, and then like she's power bombs her. They had a ladder set up in the ropes, and then she picks her up and just swings her into swings Zoe into the goddamn ladder, head first. I was like, ow!
You really were. That is very, very, very good.
Yeah,
that is exactly what you did.
Zoe ends up running Gigi into that ladder, then gets the slingshot up, and Gigi goes smacking into the bottom side of the ladder. Oh, look, gross. Zoe runs Gigi, I just read that. Rana out of the ropes by Gigi spiking Zoe on the top of her head. You literally went, oh! You had that moment right at that spot.
Yeah. Well, it's rare that you get someone who goes into a perfect headstand.
Yeah.
And every time it happens, you just go to that Hiromu moment where you're like, don't wiggle waggle. Do not wiggle waggle on that ish.
So Zoe gets a chair, but she's not that good at hitting chair shots. I'm gonna say that, like, there was, but again, she probably
was weak.
Yeah, she's also very exhausted by this point. She's gone through a singles match and those submission matches, worked hard. So trying to swing that chair might be a little bit hard. You know what I mean?
I think maybe what the problem was is that she was also just too high. She had her on the rope below. It probably would have been a little bit better. She would have been able to get that leverage swing. So
she does hit her, but not super hard. But Gigi hits Zoe on the ropes with the chair in the bum.
Again, yeah, they were just, yeah.
I laughed so hard.
Not spanking her.
Yeah. So they're both up the ladder, and then Zoe hits the Z Factor off the ladder.
Oh, yeah.
And the match keeps going. Gigi's climbing. Thickness comes out. So Gigi goes off the ladder to Rana Thickness, then kicks him onto a ladder, then hits like a sick-ass stomp onto the ladder.
Mhm.
And then Gigi goes to climb up again, and this is where Zoe pops back up and grabs the foot of Gigi. And I'm going to go to the next slide and pulls her through the ladder and proceeds to climb up over her. And Gigi's struggling to climb back out. And Zoe climbs up and retains her title. I'll say this. There was some thickness interference, but this is the cleanest win I have seen Zoe have since winning before winning the title. Like, thickness
You forget that the first one was a disqualification because I am.
Yeah, so that wasn't a win for her.
Well, that's true. That's true.
But really, overall, this was the cleanest she's had a win.
Interesting.
I'm not saying it was clean, but the cleanest win she's had since last year.
Interesting. I'm
still
concerned about what she's been doing before.
I'm still not happy about it because Zoe is not my champion. That man is TY. And before this match happened, Ben and TY came out demanding TY get a title shot.
Yes.
I remember that. I forgot about that. I didn't write that down. But yeah, absolutely tremendous main event.
How did you forget? There were two Bens running around.
Well, the one Ben kept distracting me. That's why.
Ah, the other Ben.
The other Ben. Yeah, the other Ben. Love you, Jason.
Yeah, this one, I knew that Zoe would be the one climbing the ladder. What surprised me about this was the other wins. I actually thought that it would be reversed. Yeah. I don't know.
It would have been cool to see the money win with the money clip.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. And the ending did confuse me a little bit, though, when she was kind of flippity flopping through there. I was like, what's going on? How are we stuck? Yeah, but otherwise,
how are we stuck? Okay, let's do that to you and see if you can get out.
Honey, do not underestimate a Melball's escapability.
Well, we can try. You just come see me at work. I got big ass ladders there. We'll try it at work.
Okay, that'll go well with HR.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Come on, no.
Yeah, no. This was a fun ride. Like I said, I did know that Zoe would be the one climbing the ladder at the end of it all. Yeah, just like I said, I expected it to be the other way around, but it was a pleasant surprise. It was a fun story to be told anyway. I enjoyed pretty much every match of the show.
I did too. Again, everything I think delivered from top to bottom. I think nothing. Yeah. There wasn't a dud here because it was 6/9 matches. If you can't break up the gauntlet, the extra match there. It's like you had but it was a very long show. Started at 7. I don't think this ended till about 10:30, 10:40. I want to say.
But I got cake.
You did, and I got ice cream.
Yes, it was delightful.
Yes. My ice cream was phenomenal. And Andreas got one too. Andreas got a Sunday too.
He did. I mean, that's something also we got to say. The venue itself is actually very, very nice. The seats that we always get, very nice. The service was a little slow this time, but like the food is so good. Yeah. My short ass needs to just sit in a better seat so that the bar is not in the way.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll put you in where Malcolm was sitting this time. And shout out to my boy Malcolm, coming from BC just to see LPW. You know, that was the main reason he came to Alberta, was to see
not his dad's wedding.
No, it was to see LPW. His dad's wedding just happened to happen at the same time. This was his main objective. Come on.
Of course. What? How silly.
So I want to give a big shout out to Target Photography for those couple shots that we did use. I want to give a shout out to Target Photography. That will be the link to their stuff will be down in the descriptions below if you want to check out more great pictures from Target Photography. I checked out their site today looking for some other pictures, but what with those two and a lot of great stuff there. But I want to thank all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here on Chop Talk, because we can't do this without you, because we love talking professional wrestling. I guess we could talk it. We just wouldn't record it if that was the case. So I guess what we used to do before this. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us here. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below because we love talking to you. And please, please, please hit the notification bell so you get alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello. So you can find... Oh, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead, sir.
You can find me. You can find me on Twitter, Mastodon, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Hive at That Canada Guy, Instagram and Threads at That Canada Dude, and you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. Also on the Facebook page at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. You can find all information on Love Pro Wrestling down in the description below because I'm stealing Mel's gimmick here. You can find that down in the description below, but there's no subscription price. You just got to pay your money to go see tickets to go see these shows live, ladies and gentlemen, or check out their Twitch channel because you can see all their shows live on Twitch, and your YouTube they put up all the videos of their shows incrementally onto their YouTube. So check those out, please. But Melball, where can they find you?
If you want to follow Melball, you can find her on Twitter at Collins Melball. You can find her on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on this thing every once in a while doing some spooky ooky-ish. And you can catch me on Astra Pizarro's YouTube channel doing the latest wrestling showcase. She's been getting so much attention, though, lately. Holy hot damn, girl's going viral right now.
A great article just dropped about her talking about, well, we kind of want better from their women's division in AEW, and I agree with her. That article was absolutely phenomenal. Please check that out. We'll put a link to it in the description below. Is that cool? We definitely can. So please check. Yeah, please check that article out. It's really good, a really, really good read, and it shines a lot of stuff on some of the lacking in professional wrestling for women's division in AEW. It's weird to say WWE has the best women's division going outside of Stardom, but Stardom is entirely a women's division. But yeah, it's weird saying WWE has that. So
I don't watch either, so I don't have an opinion on that. I'm just gonna smile and say yes. Read that article.
Yeah. Also, you can find me on our local establishment. All the great episodes we did covering Secret Invasion of Marvel Talking Geeks there. Find us there. Then this coming Saturday, the video will be released. You can find myself and my Marvel Talk tag team partner OLED previewing the summer of SummerSlams from Detroit and Michigan.
Yay!
Yay!
You sound so excited. Wow.
I am very excited to talk with Ed.
Yes, you are. And Andre, that being said, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
No, just the same thing I say every day. Please like, subscribe, comment down below because we want to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.
Ding dong.
Hello.
And that being said, I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah!